let me tell you about Someday. It's a book my mother wrote about a little girl who wants all kinds of things that she doesn't have. She wants long hair and that's long and straight and beautiful. She wants to catch the ball and her team wins because she does it. There's all kinds of things she wants someday, but she doesn't have them now. And my mother made it into a very funny book about this child that wants some things that she doesn't have and is sort of unhappy about it. And I know about this because, as I say, my mother wrote the book and I was that little girl. My hair was short and curly and would not grow long. I was terrible at sports. And my mother took all those things, all of those little irritations of life, having to have my brother call me the family creep and having everybody weigh in on how the Christmas tree should be and so on, all the ordinary small irritations of life, and she made this very funny book out of it. And it's called Someday. It's dedicated to Ellen. That was my name when I was little, and it says for Ellen right now. And the right now when she wrote it was 10 years old, but the right now is 67 years old. Time is a funny thing. Yesterday can turn out to be someday, and someday can be someday else. Today's book, Someday, by Charlotte Zolotow, with pictures by the marvelous Arnold Lobel. Someday, I'm going to go to school and everyone will say, "How beautiful you look today. I wish I had hair like yours." Someday, I'm going to come home and my brother will introduce me to his friends and say, "This is my sister," instead of, "Here's the family creep." Someday, I'm going to go to dancing class and Miss Bird will say, "Ellen is doing it just right. Everybody watch her." Someday, I'm going to catch a high ball and my team will win because I did it. Someday, I'll have $100 and I'll buy presents for everyone I know, and when they thank me, I'll say, "Oh, it isn't anything." Someday, I'm going to water my plant and find it covered with pink flowers, the way it was when it first came. Someday, my mother and father are going to say, "Why are you going to bed so early?" Someday, I am going to have a little bulldog who sleeps on my bed at night and won't eat unless I feed him. Someday, when I have nothing to read, the doorbell will ring, and a big box of books will come for me. Someday, my mother will say to me, "Please set the table with all the best china for dinner tonight. None of the ordinary things." Someday, I'm going to be practicing the piano, and the lady across the street will open her window and call and say, "Please play that beautiful piece again." Someday, I'm going to walk through this very same house and find a room I've never found before. someday I am going to decorate the Christmas tree my own way, without my mother or my father or my brother helping. But right now, it's dinner time. The end. So, Mr. Mark, this book is about a little girl named Ellen Zolotow, who you know only as a grown-up lady or woman named Crescent Dragon Wagon. Did you learn anything new about me from reading that?
Yeah, I got some insight into. I mean, I think those are things that she wants, and it's the reverse of what's actually been happening to her, right? So we're hearing about things her brother said to her, or things the dance teacher said. Oh, look, everybody, look at Ellen, she's doing it just right. So what we're seeing is things where it didn't go quite right, and she's now imagining how she would have liked it to happen. And sure, and so and I think in a way it's very particular to you, and I think also it's really universal. And if you step back just one pace, you can see what is the thing that she doesn't like, and what is it that she wants to be different. And it has to do with being criticized and being watched and listened to and being appreciated for who she is, and being given the opportunity to do the things she's good at. So she wants to buy everybody presents. So if you
I loved buying people presents when I was little.
So if you take a look at the
still
things
do.
that she would, I know you do. If you take a look at the things that she wished she could do or would go a different way, it's all about not just about one little girl, but about how the things we want to be watched, respected, and given some freedom to do some things. And I think it was really interesting.
Let me quick ask you,
Yeah.
what was something that you would have wanted to have happen someday when you were little?
Oh, I guess I guess it's I really could have done without all the teasing from my brother.
So someday your brother will say,
will say,
"Nice job, Mark."
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much for jumping in. Should we blow a kiss to everybody?
Sure.